Hello. Hello and welcome to Sovereign Earth number 17. And this one is looking at and reviewing and reflecting on blessings. That's a huge topic and we can only skim the surface in one way, but blessings as being a vital element of what it is to lead a full and rewarding life. So Mark Taft is first off the blocks this evening, and David Wetzelweiler is watching from Germany, I believe. Celinda Damas from Portugal, so we've already got an international dimension. And interestingly, and John King's watching from Scotland. What an international collection. It's beautiful. And a couple more I can see as well. I'm feeling blessed by your presence. And I'm seeking to bless you with mine. And that's a lovely way to live a life, I think. And Lynn from Adlermorgen. Beautiful. So yeah, blessings. And what a wonderful way to live a life full of blessings. Giving and receiving blessings. Here's something to ponder, to kick off with. I love this little saying. Each day dawns but once, without return. Each day dawns but once without return. Welcome Liz Harris, also Scotland. Yeah, it's quite a poignant and salutary thing to consider, that each day dawns but once without return. And a Polish proverb says it's much more difficult to live a day fully than it is to write a good book. That's worth thinking about. Hello Lydia. And yeah, not just is it more difficult to live one day fully than it is to write a good book. It's worth thinking in a day there are 84,600 seconds that we've been blessed with, each of us. How many of those seconds have I used or given gratitude or given blessing with in that time, in all those 84,600 seconds. We're doing it now between us. Stefan Kaiser from Germany, welcome. Okay, so there's real value in continually reminding ourselves of blessings and the part they play in our lives. I've spoken before about day being related to the word deity and the Godhead in the very day, and being surrounded with blessings, and to live a life in that way. Well, there's a simple song I wrote years ago. Some of you will know it because I start the day sometimes when I'm on the ball. I start the day with this song, and amongst other practices, which we'll look at another episode, I think. And it's just when I bring this into my day, it blesses the day, and I'm blessed by the day. So simple words. There are actions as well. I'm not going to perform them because I just knock all the apparatus and camera equipment around if I do that. So here's the song. See if you know it. Glory to the day, glory to this day. Let my heart rise up in flight and meet it on the way. Glory to the day, blessings on this day. Let my heart rise up in flight and meet it on the way. Then there's one for the night as well. Blessings on the night, blessings on this night. Let my heart now rest in peace and let my soul take flight. Blessings on the night, blessings on this night. Let my heart now rest in peace and let my soul take flight. So bringing blessings into daily life in a conscious way is a great tool for evoking a more rich and spiritual life. Yeah, why not? We shy away from the word spiritual sometimes, but why should we? Talking of spiritual, the John O'Donoghue poem I'm going to quote a little bit of now. Some of you may know him, Anamkara and other books. He wrote To Bless the Sacred Space Between Us, a book of invocations and blessings. And he has all sorts of poems of blessings in there, and they were very important to him. Great man, very inspiring. He passed away far too early. Welcome Christopher White and Anne Rees and others. So he says, I arise today, blessed by all things. I arise today, blessed by all things. Wings of breath, delight of eyes, wonder of whisper, intimacy of touch, eternity of soul, urgency of thought, miracle of health, embrace of God. May I live this day compassionate of heart, clear in word, gracious in awareness, courageous in thought, generous in love. So lovely words from John O'Donoghue, full of blessing. Yeah, and how I think he used those words to start his day, at least some of the time. So a blessing is a thing that's conducive to well-being, to happiness, to welfare, of self, of others, of planet, which is one of the key reasons I'm bringing this into Sovereign Earth. Blessings are a crucial element in my estimation of bringing us back into alignment with and into compassion with our sacred Mother, the Earth. So the origins of the word bless are quite interesting. I mean, it goes back, they can trace it, I don't know how they do these things, but it must show up in literature. At 1225, blessing, the word blessing, or blessing, comes in, that's 1225, but way back, there's evidence of it in the Northumbrian dialect in 980, Bledsian, I think it is, or something like that. And it goes back even further into Anglo-Saxon times, Bledsian or Bledsian, something like that, in 725. And it's associated with to make sacred or holy. So the word blessing is associated with making sacred or holy. So when we speak a blessing or receive one, it's doing that, sacred and holy. And it's interesting also in the language, there's an association going back between blessing, very similar roots, bledsin and blood. And in the Germanic and Icelandic traditions, there's evidence of that connection, and that's about to mark with blood, which is also associated with the word sacrifice, but that's a whole other dimension. But blessing comes in there somewhere, just worth acknowledging that. So here's a song, a blessing. Deep peace of the flowing wave to you, deep peace of the quiet air, deep peace of the flaming sun to you, deep peace of the healing earth. Deep peace, may peace fill your heart. Deep peace, may peace fill your heart. Deep peace of the flowing wave to you, deep peace of the quiet air, deep peace of the flaming sun to you, deep peace of the healing earth. Deep peace, may peace fill your heart. Deep peace, may peace fill your heart. There's a blessing in there, isn't there? And again, it's interesting. It changes the energy of my being and the air around me, and of the relationship we have here between us. A blessing, yeah, a blessing of peace, that one. So it's interesting to contemplate the association between blessing and magic, because one way of looking at magic is one way of expressing it I've seen recently was art. It's an art and a science, whereby consciousness is changed by an act of will. I might go further and say where energy shift occurs through an act of will. It's to do with intent, and many of us know this, but we can bring it into our lives. And blessings for me is a form of magic. I think so. Why not? So by speaking of blessing, we give it life, we bring it into manifestation, we make it real. It's like a spell, and we spell it out. We speak it, we bring it into existence. From where? It was a mystery. But this is a blessing I often use in naming ceremonies. Part of my life, my daily life, is as a celebrant. So all the rituals of different phases of life and the privilege I have in acting as a conductor of ceremony in that sphere, in that realm. And this is a blessing that, although I use it most often in naming ceremonies, I just want to offer it to each of you out there now, because it's a beautiful, I love it. It's an old, I don't know, it's just an old blessing. Some say it might be Celtic, or it's from these lands, and possibly the northwestern isles of Europe. So I bring it from memory. May the strength of the wind and the light of the sun, the softness of the rain and the mystery of the moon reach you and fill you. May beauty delight you and happiness uplift you. May wonder fulfill you and love surround you. May your step be steady, may your word be true. May your step be steady and your arm be strong. May your heart be peaceful and your word be true. May you strive to learn. May you learn to live. May you live to love. And may you be loved and love always. So that's a blessing. Yeah, I don't know about you, but evoking those words evokes a certain energy, which entails a shift somehow, and for the better, in my experience. So those words are often used to give a kickstart to a young life, and I believe these things become real by speaking them, as I've said, especially with an open heart. It's interesting we say to learn these things by heart. I've learnt many of these by heart, although I still stumbled over a couple of lines there. Such is life, such is humanity. But we all need blessings, positive strokes. They're encouragements to grow. It's like the sun blesses every leaf, encourages it to grow. How did the rose, I'm chucking this in out of nowhere, how is it that the rose found the courage and to blossom and grow? It felt the encouragement of light upon its being. It felt the encouragement of light upon its being. So that's Hafiz, those words, last words. But I see Christopher White saying, is that written anywhere? It's beautiful. I've done a blog, which I just posted half an hour before coming on here. So it's on the Enchanting the Void website. So you'll find all these words that I'm saying on there. And some are mine and some are others. And yeah, if you could acknowledge where they come from, the lineage, as I try to do as well. But you're welcome to them. They're a gift to all of us, a blessing to all of us. So I want to go on in this naming ceremony theme, because many of us didn't have a naming ceremony, or if we did, it was perhaps in a way that we might not have chosen. So these are words that I've written and use in relation. I didn't write them all. The last few lines came from somewhere, I can't remember. But I wrote the first 3/4 of it. It doesn't matter. They come from the cosmos, don't they? So imagine you're a child. Well, it doesn't matter. Imagine you are how you are. But our names are really important to us, and we forget that. So I'm going to bless a blessing on each of our names, and I include myself. May your name bless you as you bless your name. May it act as a magical and protective familiar, embodying power and potency as you make your way through life. May it anchor you forever in the present by reminding you always of your ancestral links with your past. And so may it give you the confidence and inner power to fulfill your future destiny. May your name sing as long as these brave trees. May your life echo on in the stars. May our love give you hope as you travel alone. And may our prayers hold your hands as you fly. Yeah, that's a blessing. You can feel it, can't we? I feel it. That's a blessing to you and to myself as I do it. So may our prayers hold your hands as you fly. Blessings are prayers. And we're all holding each other's hands when we bless each other and helping each other to fly. That's a lovely way of looking at it, isn't it? We help each other to fly. So in blessing newborns, we're all touched and we're all blessed through that. And here's a song that goes with it. When each child is born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. When each child is born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are grandmother's prayers. We are grandfather's dreaming. We are the breath of our ancestors, spirit of life, spirit of love. When each child is born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. When each child is born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are grandmother's prayers. We are grandfather's dreaming. We are the breath of our ancestors, spirit of life, spirit of love. It's a lovely song to sing to a new child, but it's a lovely song to share and sing to each other. So blessings are ever present. They're waiting to be called upon when I can make space or time in my life to do so. So there's many, many, many ways of giving a blessing. Myriad, infinite number, and we can think of many between us. The blessings of our loved ones around us, the blessings of whatever, a flower, a plant, a bee. I wrote these words yesterday. May you be blessed with the simplest of touches, the softest of songs, the purest of hearts, and a soul that belongs. Now, blessings, as I've been looking at them, it's, as with everything, there's an opposite to blessings, the curses. Some people would rather go through life cursing. I think it's fair to say we all probably know someone like that. There's a Scottish blessing, and I include it here. John and Lynn, you'll get this, having lived in the Western Isles, because there's a perverse sort of wry humour that goes with religiosity up there, and it's not a blessing that possibly any of us would get, but it has a humour. There's a humour to this, and I offer this as a blessing just for a laugh and a bit of alternative view on blessings. May those who love us, and those who don't love us, may God turn their hearts. And if he cannot turn their hearts, may he turn their ankles, so that we will better know them by their limping. Yeah, a wry smile. We wouldn't really wish that. I wouldn't wish that on anyone, but it's quite funny in its way. Or maybe not. So I said there are many ways of offering blessings. And I said in hand fastings and weddings, for instance, just a simple thing, I would bless the rings. And I'd say, let these rings be blessed with air for hope and dreams, fire for the spark of love, water for harmony and healing, and earth for strength. And a simple blessing like that, when it's from the heart and witnessed and embodied by those around, and we imbue the spirit of the elements into the rings. It makes it, there's a beautiful process at work there. Another one, lighting a fire. That's a really old and powerful. Blessed this fire, blessed this flame, blessed this hearth that we kindle again. Blessed this fire, blessed this flame, blessed this hearth that we kindle again. That's a lovely one to help the firelight, to do it with blessings and to breathe, I don't know, you can use the word God, to breathe divinity into the fire. John King has responded to that, the raw Scottish blessing. He says that's a braw blessing. That's Scottish. That's a braw blessing. Yes, it was, wasn't it? And another important area I just want to touch on, I'm only touching briefly on just a couple of areas, meals blessings. So I've written a couple of prayers in the blog, but there's one I received from my dear friend Ratnadeva, originally known he was Sean Quigley or Barnal to some of us. Ratnadeva, in his Buddhist monk role, firmly with roots and feet in the ground in his Druid tradition too. He says, or he offered this: receiving this food, I acknowledge and celebrate the fruitfulness of the earth and the work of human hands that have brought this to me. What I receive, may I give back in generous measure. Eating this food, I acknowledge and celebrate my unity with my fellow beings, with Gaia and the cosmos. So, and through those simple words before a meal, which I often try to say blessings before a meal, but I don't invariably manage it, probably like most of us, I suspect. My life is enhanced and enriched, and my food is enhanced and enriched through those words. Really powerful. And I've said how much I think blessings are crucial to the well-being of this planet, and so missing in the fullest sense in our world and our communities. So I invite us all to bring them back in their fullness and their beauty. Here's a really, getting towards the end of this broadcast. I've run over a couple of minutes already. This is a beautiful song. I've sung it before in the gratitude episode of Sovereign Earth, but this is so much about blessings. Blessed am I by trees of beauty, blessed am I by skies of blue, blessed am I by all around me, by this land and by you, by this land and by you. Every plant that grows to feed me, feed my mouth and feed my eyes. Every grain of sand, every creature, and my kin by my side, and my kin by my side, and my kin by my side, and my kin by my side. And you all feel like kin. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, how distant you are geographically, in this moment here together now. You are my kin and I am yours. And we bless each other in that process. Beautiful. So just very briefly, deep breath into the body and closing the eyes. Deep breath, relaxing. And in our mind's eye, just for a moment or two, take ourselves to a grove of sacred trees. And we're all there in this grove together, all of us here now, all around the world, but we're in this sacred virtual grove, which is real in our imaginations and at some level. And just for a second, allow ourselves to imagine that in this grove there are a load of trees of blossom. It can be an orchard, apple and plum and cherry. And a breeze comes and blows all these petals from flowering apple, flowering cherry, flowering plum. All the petals come over us, cascading over us like confetti. Life blessings, myriad blessings of life. Each one a beautiful and unique blessing in itself. We can all relate to being blessed at many levels. So as these petals cascade over us, may we be blessed. Just as confetti blesses a couple in union, so we're blessed by these petals falling over us. All the gifts of life cascading over us. Lovely. Okay, and just simply coming out of there, giving gratitude, coming back into the seat where you are, or feeling your bum on the seat and your feet on the floor and your breath in your body, and being back in this space. So I could have done a longer visualization, but I'll let you can take yourself back to that place and see what comes up for you in terms of blessing. I was reminded as I was drawing up this broadcast, I was reminded of a time in Patagonia where 10, 12 years ago, when I was there, and I was in the mountains in Chile, Patagonia, and beneath me was a forest of tens of thousands of trees, I'm sure of it, and they were, it was autumn, and they were just a red forest, red, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And we'll all have our own memories of things that have touched us in life. So here's a final offering. I already said that the words you speak create the home you live in. Or if I didn't, I meant to. The words you speak create the home you live in. So blessings create the world I live in, and you live in, and we live in. That's Hafiz, 13th century wisdom. But this is a Navajo, words from a Navajo song. And this has been with me since I was probably 13 or 14, when I was embarking on my spiritual quest. I could see it now. And it's been with me all along, a blessing. Follow a rainbow trail. Follow a trail of song. And all about you will be beauty. There is a path out of every dark mist over a rainbow trail. I so love that. And it's been with me, as I say, right the way through life, and will be. And it blesses my life. Follow a rainbow trail. Follow a trail of song, and all about you will be beauty. There is a path out of every dark mist over a rainbow trail. So I'm going to finish there. I thank you all for journeying with me. Thank you. It's Linda. I've loved this Sovereign Earth. Thank you. Kinship together, says Liz. Thank you. Much love. Love to all of you. Rachel O'Reilly. Thank you too. Bye-bye. Sovereign Earth next week. I'm not quite sure what that'll be on. Blessings to you all. Bye-bye.